Your biggest enemy is not the external world, the economy, or even your past failures. It's the story you tell yourself every day. The thoughts you repeat, the beliefs you reinforce, and the identity you create in your mind shape your entire reality. The moment you start the day, a battle begins between the version of you that wants to rise and the version that clings to doubt, hesitation, and fear. The key to breaking through is recognizing the limiting beliefs that have quietly taken root in your mind and challenging them before they dictate your actions. Limiting beliefs are like invisible chains. They don't exist in the real world, yet they have the power to hold you back as if they were made of steel. These beliefs are the whispers in your mind telling you that you're not good enough, that you don't have the resources, that is for others, but not for you. They are the quiet voice of hesitation when opportunity arises, the voice of self-doubt when you think about stepping out of your comfort zone. Every day, these thoughts show up. And if you're not aware of them, they will shape your destiny without you even realizing it. The most dangerous thing about limiting beliefs is that they are self-reinforcing. If you believe you are not capable of achieving something, your mind will look for evidence to prove it true. If you think you're bad at speaking, you will recall every awkward conversation you've ever had. If you think you're not meant to be wealthy, you'll focus on every past financial mistake. But the truth is, these are just stories, not reality. The mind is designed to seek patterns, and when you repeatedly tell yourself something, it strengthens the belief until it feels like an absolute truth. The way to break this cycle is through conscious disruption. The moment a limiting belief arises, stop and question it. Ask yourself, is this really true, or is it just a conditioned thought? Have others in worse circumstances overcome the same challenge? What would happen if you acted as if this belief were false? Instead of feeding the old story, create a new one that empowers you, one that drives action. Your beliefs dictate your emotions, and your emotions dictate your actions. If you believe you are resourceful, capable, and resilient, you will act with confidence and energy. If you believe the world is full of opportunity, you will seek and find those opportunities. Rewiring your beliefs is not about false positivity. It's about shifting your perspective to one that serves you instead of limits you. Every morning, before the day takes control of you, take control of your mind. Condition yourself to recognize and battle the beliefs that are no longer serving you. Replace them with empowering truths, and over time, these new beliefs will become the foundation of your success. The battle is daily, but the rewards are life-changing. Procrastination is the silent killer of dreams. It disguises itself as harmless delay, as the small voice that says, I'll do it tomorrow, or I need to feel ready first. But tomorrow turns into next week. Next week turns into next year, and suddenly time has slipped away, leaving behind regret and unfulfilled potential. The habit of putting things off is not just a minor inconvenience. It is a form of self-sabotage that robs people of momentum, progress, and ultimately success. The mind is wired to seek comfort and avoid discomfort, and that is the trap. When faced with a task that feels overwhelming, uncertain, or challenging, the mind searches for an escape route. That escape often comes in the form of distraction, scrolling through social media, watching just one more episode, or convincing yourself that conditions aren't quite right to start. The problem is that these small delays accumulate. Each time action is postponed, it strengthens the belief that waiting is an option, that the perfect time will eventually arrive. But there is no perfect time. There is only now. Procrastination thrives on hesitation. The longer one waits, the more resistance builds. A simple task that could have been done in minutes begins to feel like an impossible burden. Fear of failure grows. Self-doubt creeps in. The mind starts making excuses. Maybe I'm not good enough. What if I don't do it perfectly? Or I'll start when I have more experience. These thoughts create a loop of inaction where waiting becomes a habit and opportunities are lost before they are even pursued. The only way to break free from this cycle is through immediate action. Action creates momentum, and momentum destroys procrastination. The moment something needs to be done, it must be done not later, not when it feels comfortable, but now. The first step does not need to be perfect. It simply needs to happen. Once in motion, everything becomes easier. The mind shifts from overthinking to problem solving. Fear begins to fade, replaced by focus and determination. Progress fuels confidence, and confidence leads to greater results. People often wait for motivation to strike before they take action, but motivation is unreliable. It is fleeting, inconsistent, and often missing when it is needed most. What works instead is discipline, the ability to act regardless of how one feels. Successful people are not those who always feel motivated. They are those who take action whether they feel like it or not. They train themselves to move forward even when it's uncomfortable, because they know that success is built on consistent effort, not on waiting for the perfect mood or moment. The battle against procrastination is fought every single day. It is a choice between progress and stagnation, between doing what needs to be done and making another excuse. Winning this battle means recognizing hesitation the moment it appears and taking action before it has a chance to take hold. Once the habit of immediate action is built, everything changes. Productivity soars, confidence grows, and opportunities multiply. The future is shaped by the actions taken today, not the ones planned for someday. The mind is a powerful tool capable of shaping reality based on what it consistently focuses on. Every thought, every emotion, and every reaction is fueled by where attention is directed. Focus on problems and problems will grow. Focus on limitations and they will feel insurmountable. Focus on what is missing and scarcity will dominate every decision. The habit of negative focus is one of the greatest obstacles to success and fulfillment, as it drains energy, destroys motivation, and blinds people to the opportunities right in front of them. Negativity is easy. The brain is wired for survival, which means it constantly scans for threats, problems, and potential dangers. This instinct may have been useful in ancient times, but in the modern world, it often works against personal growth. When the mind fixates on problems, failures, or obstacles, it creates a downward spiral of stress and frustration. Small setbacks feel like massive failures. Challenges seem impossible to overcome. Doubt replaces confidence, and fear takes over decision-making. The result is paralysis and inability to move forward because the mind is too consumed by what could go wrong. The truth is that everyone experiences difficulties. No one is immune to challenges, disappointments, or unexpected setbacks. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is not the absence of problems, but the way they choose to direct their focus. Those who train themselves to shift from negativity to solutions, from problems to possibilities, from frustration to action, are the ones who break through limitations and achieve extraordinary results. Shifting focus is not about ignoring reality or pretending that difficulties do not exist. It is about taking control of perception and choosing to see circumstances in a way that empowers rather than weakens. When something goes wrong, instead of dwelling on why it happened or who is to blame, the question should be, what can be learned from this? How can this challenge be used to grow? Where is the hidden opportunity in the situation? This simple shift transforms problems into stepping stones and turns obstacles into fuel for greater success. Another powerful way to break the habit of negative focus is through gratitude. It is impossible to be deeply grateful and negative at the same time. Gratitude rewires the brain to notice what is working instead of what is lacking. It shifts perspective from scarcity to abundance, from fear to confidence. Making gratitude a daily habit, whether by writing down 3 things to be grateful for or simply taking a moment to appreciate life's blessings, can have a profound impact on mental and emotional well-being. Every day presents a choice to focus on what is missing or to focus on what is possible. To see setbacks as proof of failure or as opportunities for growth. To be consumed by what is wrong or energized by what can be improved. The habit of negative focus is a battle that must be fought daily, but those who master their focus master their destiny. What the mind consistently focuses on becomes reality, and by shifting attention to solutions, progress, and gratitude, life itself begins to transform. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. Every day there is a choice to either stay within the familiar or push beyond it into the unknown. The comfort zone feels safe, predictable, and easy, but it is also the place where dreams stagnate, potential remains untapped, and progress comes to a halt. Those who choose comfort over challenge may avoid temporary discomfort, but they also sacrifice long-term success, fulfillment, and the ability to become the person they were meant to be. The human mind is designed to seek certainty and avoid risk. It craves stability, routine, or the assurance that everything will go as planned. This survival mechanism once served a vital purpose, keeping early humans safe from danger. But in today's world, this same instinct can become a silent enemy, keeping people stuck in patterns that no longer serve them. The fear of failure, rejection, or discomfort convinces many to play small, to settle for less than they are capable of achieving. And the longer they remain in this state, the harder it becomes to break free. Growth happens outside of what is familiar. Every skill, every breakthrough, every major success is the result of stepping beyond perceived limits. The first time speaking in public, the first time taking on a leadership role, the first time starting a business, these moments are uncomfortable, uncertain, and often terrifying. But they are also the moments that build confidence, resilience, and strength. Each time discomfort is embraced, as in brightest pans, and what once felt impossible becomes second nature. The greatest achievers in any field are not the ones who avoided fear, but the ones who acted in spite of it. They understood that fear is not a stop sign, it is a signal that growth is happening. Instead of retreating, they leaned in the discomfort, knowing that every challenge was an opportunity to develop new skills, sharpen their mindset, and prepare for even greater opportunities. They refuse to let temporary discomfort define their future. One of the biggest dangers of the comfort zone is that it creates an illusion of security. Staying in the same job, following the same routine, avoiding risks that may feel like safety, but in reality, it is stagnation. The world is constantly changing, evolving, and moving forward. Those who resist growth eventually find themselves left behind, stuck in a life that no longer fulfills them. The pain of regret is far worse than the temporary discomfort of growth. The way to break free from the comfort zone is through daily action. Small, consistent steps outside of what feels safe lead to massive transformation over time. Whether it's speaking up at a meeting, trying something new, or pursuing a long-held dream, the key is to take action before hesitation sets in. The more discomfort is embraced, the more confidence and momentum grow. What was once intimidating becomes effortless, and new challenges become exciting rather than paralyzing. A life of true fulfillment, success, and purpose exists on the other side of fear. The battle against the comfort zone is one that must be fought every day, but it is also one that leads to a life of limitless possibilities. Growth is not something that happens by accident, it is a choice, and those who choose to push beyond their limits unlock the greatest rewards life has to offer. Blaming external circumstances and making excuses are among the most destructive habits that limit success and personal growth. It is easy to point fingers at situations, people, or past experiences as the reason for not achieving desired results. However, the moment responsibility is placed outside of oneself, control over life is lost. The power to change, improve, and create a better future exists only when ownership is taken for every decision, action, and outcome. Those who succeed do not allow excuses to dictate their reality. They recognize that they are the source of both their struggles and their victories. Blame is a defense mechanism. It provides temporary relief from feelings of failure, disappointment, or frustration. When things go wrong, it is easier to say, it's because of the economy, I didn't get the right opportunities, or other people had an unfair advantage. While these statements may contain elements of truth, they do not serve a productive purpose. Dwelling on external factors reinforces a victim mindset, which leads to inaction and helplessness. The reality is that challenges, obstacles, and unfair circumstances exist for everyone. The difference between those who rise above and those who remain stuck is the mindset they adopt. Excuses are another form of self-sabotage. They disguise themselves as rational explanations for inaction, but in reality, they are just stories designed to avoid discomfort and responsibility. Excuses keep people from pushing beyond their limitations, from taking risks, and from embracing the necessary changes required for growth. I don't have enough time, I'm too old, I'm not talented enough, or I'll start when I have more experience, are all excuses that keep people trapped in the same place after year. The truth is, there will never be a perfect time, perfect conditions, or a guaranteed path to success. The only way forward is to start where one is, with what is available, and take full responsibility for the outcome. Taking ownership is not about blaming oneself or feeling guilty for past failures. It is about recognizing the power to change. The moment responsibility is accepted, the ability to create solutions, adapt, and improve becomes limitless. When challenges arise, instead of saying, why is this happening to me? The question should be, how can I grow from this? When setbacks occur, instead of making excuses, the focus should be on what can be done differently moving forward. This shift in perspective is what separates those who remain stuck in the same patterns from those who break through the new levels of success. A life of achievement, fulfillment, and progress is built on a foundation of accountability. Every thought, decision, and action contributes to the future being created. There's power in taking full responsibility for results, both good and bad, because it means nothing is left to chance. No longer relying on luck, circumstances, or the actions of others, true control over life is established. And the battle against blame and excuses is a daily one, but those who win it consistently create a reality where growth, success, and transformation are inevitable. The standards that are set determine the quality of life that is lived. Everything, health, relationships, finances, career, and personal growth, is a reflection of the expectations that have been accepted as normal. Those who demand excellence from themselves consistently rise to higher levels of achievement, while those who accept mediocrity remain stuck in cycles of frustration and unfulfilled potential. Raising standards is not just about setting goals, it is about deciding what will and will not be tolerated in life. It is about making a firm commitment to operate at a higher level regardless of circumstances or temporary challenges. Most people do not fail because they lack ability, intelligence, or talent. They fail because their standards are too low. They accept good enough instead of striving for excellence. They tolerate bad habits, unhealthy relationships, and financial struggles because they believe it is normal or because they have become comfortable with the familiar. The reality is that life will always meet the standards that are set. If someone has a standard of just getting by financially, they will always struggle. If someone has a standard of having average health, they will never push themselves to optimal fitness. If someone has a standard of working just hard enough to avoid getting fired, they will never experience real career growth. The only way to break free from limitations is to raise what is demanded from oneself. Raising standards is not about wishful thinking, it is about making non-negotiable commitments. It is about deciding that certain things will no longer be acceptable. There's a difference between wanting something and committing to it. Many people want success, happiness, and financial freedom, but few are willing to make the sacrifices and take the consistent actions required to achieve them. When a true decision is made, when a higher standard is set, actions automatically align with that commitment. A person who decides they will no longer tolerate being out of shape will find a way to exercise and eat healthily. A person who decides they will no longer accept a toxic relationship will take the necessary steps to change it. A person who decides that financial struggle is no longer an option will do whatever it takes to create financial abundance. One of the most powerful ways to raise standards is by surrounding oneself with people who demand more. The people in an environment influence what is seen as normal. If the people around someone are constantly pushing themselves to grow, improve, and achieve, that level of excellence becomes the new standard. If the people around someone are content with mediocrity, making excuses, and settling for less, it becomes easy to do the same. The fastest way to elevate personal standards is to elevate the environment. The battle against low standards is fought daily. It requires self-awareness, discipline, and an unshakable commitment to constant growth. It means refusing to settle, even when things feel comfortable. True success is not about luck or talent. It is about the expectations that are set and the decisions that are made every single day. Those who demand more from themselves ultimately create lives of extraordinary achievement, fulfillment, and purpose. The people who are surrounded every day have a powerful influence on mindset, habits, and success. Whether it is friends, family, colleagues, or mentors, these relationship beliefs, attitudes, and decision, often without even realizing it. The truth is, no one operates in isolation. The energy, conversations, and expectations of those closest directly impact personal growth and potential. That is why it is essential to be intentional about the company that is kept. Surrounding oneself with negative, unmotivated, or toxic people will drain energy and limit possibilities, while being around driven, supportive, and inspiring individuals will elevate life to new levels. Every interaction either builds up or tears down. The people who are constantly complaining, making excuses, and focusing on problems instead of solutions create an environment that breeds negativity. Over time, their mindset becomes contagious, influencing the way challenges are approached and opportunities are viewed. Being in this type of environment can create self-doubt, hesitation, and willingness to settle for less than what is possible. It becomes easy to accept mediocrity when everyone around does the same. The worst part is that this influence is often subtle. It happens gradually, making it difficult to notice. Until the dreams feel distant, ambition fades. On the other hand, surrounding oneself with people who are ambitious, disciplined, and committed to growth has the opposite effect. Being in an environment where success, hard work, and self-improvement are the norm naturally raises personal standards. Conversations shift from complaints to strategies, from limitations to possibilities, from excuses to action. These are the relationships that push, challenge, and inspire. They make discomfort feel necessary and growth feel inevitable. When surrounded by people who expect more, it becomes impossible to stay the same. The bar is raised, and stepping up to meet it becomes the only option. Building the right environment requires conscious effort. It means being willing to distance from those who drain energy and limit progress, even if they have been a part of life for a long time. It means actively seeking out mentors, coaches, and peers who have already achieved the level of success that is desired. It means being willing to invest time and energy into building relationships that support growth. This is not about arrogance or looking down on others. It is about making the choice to be in a space where the best version of oneself is constantly being cultivated. This battle must be fought daily. It requires vigilance and recognizing who is influencing thoughts, actions, and emotions. It means regularly assessing whether the people in life are lifting up or holding back. It requires the courage to walk away from relationships that no longer serve growth and the determination to find those who push toward excellence. The people who are allowed close will either propel forward or keep stuck. The key to unlocking the next level of success is making sure that every relationship is aligned with the future that is being built. Energy is precious, and surrounding oneself with the right people ensures that it is directed toward becoming unstoppable.